welcome to It Takes Two. I'm Blair.
I'm Chris.
And today we'll be talking about 1,000 Pound Sisters, Season 6, Episode 4.
All right, listen here. I see you, Tammy, getting behind the golf course. You know what I mean? Listen here, just for correction. Tammy, trees don't jump out at people.
Yeah.
People run into trees, okay? You ready to walk us through this, Blair?
I'm ready.
Subscribe, like, share, comment, all the above. Let's go.
So Amy and Tammy take the boys to see Santa.
Mhm.
It is Amy's first Christmas being a single mom, being divorced. Usually she would have Michael dressed up in matching pajamas, but today she has her sister husband, Tammy, dressed up in matching pajamas, her sister baby daddy.
Okay, I see you.
And this is Tammy's first Christmas since being home from rehab, and she is happy to be spending it with Amy and the boys.
Listen here, I like this show because of stuff like this. It seems authentic. It seems real. I'm happy that Tammy's home first Christmas since being home from rehab as well.
Same. So Amy and Tammy decorate Amy's house for Christmas, and she doesn't have like a real fake tree is what Tammy was saying. She has like this felt tree for them to just kind of do pin the tail on the donkey kind of with the decorations.
Okay.
We later on Amy says that she got it so that way the boys don't break any of the ornaments or anything like that, which makes sense. She's got 2 under 2. She can't be running behind and trying to see what they're grabbing off the tree every second. So that probably is age appropriate and safe. Tammy says that there's a lot of work that needs to be done in the house that Chris bought that she's going to be moving into, but it's her only option right now. She says that she has been looking for other houses to rent, but there's not a lot of places that are available. But she doesn't want to cause any issues between Chris and Brittany.
Okay.
Amy says that she's lived with Chris and Brittany before, and she and Brittany got into a lot of issues because Brittany is a church clean girl and Amy is a gothic messy girl. She even said Brittany would tell her to clean something up, Amy would clean it, and then Brittany would go behind her to clean it actually the way it needed it to be cleaned. So, any thoughts about that?
Yeah. Tammy, there is another option. You can make up with your sister, but knowing Blair and as Blair told y'all last episode, she said, "Oh no, you only got one time to kick me out. Listen, I'm not going back." And truth be told, I think it is time for Tammy to grow up and to show some type of maturity, even when it comes to her living situation. You get what I'm saying? There's always the safety net of like staying close with the family or even staying in your family's house. And truth be told, your sister Amanda,
yes,
she wasn't a good landlord. She sent her sons over there to break your windows.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Now to Brittany, I have something to say about Brittany. This is a guess. I think Brittany is nicer than the women that we see on the show, Amanda, Amy, Tammy. But I think she got a little mean streak in her. I think she got a little passive aggressive in her and things like that. Even something as simple as I'm jumping to the end of the episode, she was like, "Welcome to your temporary home."
I was like, Brittany had a little attitude.
I'm about to say, Brittany don't like your family, Chris. You know what I'm saying? She's like, they're crazy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, my thoughts about it, I still don't get why Tammy can't get an apartment. Even if she was to have to live in town, I know they live like a little ways away from town. But I guess it's just because of Tammy's comfort and the fact that she does need her family to like help drive her places and all these things. And I mean, Tammy, there's Uber nowadays. There's taxis.
I don't know where they live.
I'm like, if she had, because they have like a downtown area. So I'm just like, if she had to live downtown, she could find a way. I mean, people do it, but I think Tammy really is used to having the crutch of her family.
Yeah.
So Chris takes Tammy to the golf course. He tells her that she's going to be driving one of the golf courses today, and immediately she catches an attitude. She doesn't want to learn. She doesn't want to rehash basically what happened at the farm. And Chris tells her that she needs to drive so that way she can have more independence.
That's true.
He works 6 days a week. He's married. Now he's working on this house. Like he cannot be there for Tammy 24/7.
And I agree.
And she's not ready. It feels like she's tired of people forcing her to do things that she doesn't want to do.
Oh, like forcing a kid to eat their vegetables, or like forcing a kid to clean their room. Listen here, Tammy, you have some catching up to do when it comes to growing up. So don't think like you just come home and like you get to live the life that you had before you was checked into rehab and checked into basically getting your life together and things of that nature. You need to play catch up now. You get what I'm saying? You need to get your license and be able to drive and be able to function. That's why I actually think it would actually be dangerous for her to like live downtown or live somewhere that's not close to her family, because she really don't know how to function.
And she would be too scared. I think she would end up having like panic attacks and stuff. It would be too overwhelming.
Yeah, it's like she's she's a red bone. You get what I'm saying? Or
redneck.
A redneck. Whatever Amy called them. Redneck. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Listen here, man. It's been a long day, okay? Let's keep going.
So Amy goes to the shoe store to get herself and the boys some shoes. The boys are running around acting crazy, all this type of stuff, but they ended up getting them some shoes. And Amy ends up getting her feet measured because with the weight loss, she hasn't known what her real shoe size is.
Yeah.
So she wants to pick out some heels, and she tries on a pair of kind of skinny heels, but she couldn't get her balance. But then she picks out these like boots that have a block heel, and she was able to even jump up and down in them. So she feels really proud of herself about the weight that she's lost so far, that she's able to fit into a pair of heels comfortably, to walk in them comfortably, and she doesn't have to worry about breaking the heels.
Yeah, one thing she said was she's ready to get back on the dating scene.
That too.
Now, one thing I just want clarification on what you thought, Blair. When she said get the boys' shoes, hopefully this wasn't their first pair of shoes.
No, because I did see them come in with their socks on, because they didn't have any shoes when they came in the store.
So I know they didn't have no shoes coming to the store, but do they have shoes at home?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen in other episodes where the boys have shoes on. But I think with Amy, she probably figured, we're going to the store. They don't need no shoes. We're going to get them some shoes when we get there. So.
But you made them run around with socks on.
I don't think Amy cared.
Listen here. Yeah. I guess.
So Tammy and Chris get to the golf course.
Yeah.
He hopes that eventually she'll get over her attitude so he can get her behind the wheel. So Chris can't seem to hit the ball, and that actually broke the ice, and Tammy started laughing because Tammy was able to hit the ball her first try, and she hit it pretty far. But Chris was struggling to even get the thing to connect.
Yeah.
He tells her that I walk, you'll go ahead and drive. At first, Tammy says no because she's really nervous, but she's just like, okay, I'll do it. So she gets behind the wheel. She starts driving. She starts driving up hills, and she is feeling pretty good about it.
Yeah.
Chris thinks that she may have a fear of just not needing people. She's been used to getting waited on and catered to because of her size for her whole life. So now the idea of actually being fully independent probably scares her. Yeah.
What was your thoughts on seeing her drive the cart?
I was happy to see her do it. I mean, Tammy has come a long way. I mean, Tammy couldn't even walk up steps because she was afraid of the steps and afraid of falling. And for her to do that, to get to the point to where she'll drive around a golf cart, is to me is like a huge accomplishment.
Yeah.
And I still see the old remnants of Tammy of being stubborn and not wanting to do things, but she really has come a long way, that she's able to get over her fears and push past them to see what she can do. So I think that's cool to watch.
Yeah, as fun as it looked. Listen here, Tammy, just get in the golf cart and just drive it. Like don't even see it as a way for you to get behind a car, because trust me, a golf cart is very different than a car. But you won't. It's one thing if you won't drive a car. You won't drive this golf cart where there's just nothing but grass and trees and possible hills and things of that nature. Now you can't tilt us over.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying. But my thing is, like, you have to get over your fears and actually enjoy life. You get what I'm saying? You can't just be someone that just stuck in your house and do nothing all day and wait for me to get home. I work 6 days a week. You get what I'm saying? So I think Chris did a good thing of trying to get her to grow up. But he said he don't care. He's going to make her basically grow up. Yeah. You know?
So Missy and Amy check out the house that Chris is renovating. He says that he's going to try to just patch up what he can. But with all this work he's been doing, he's lost over 10 pounds. So he's hoping that he can get the skin removal surgery sometime soon. But there's no way that they're going to be able to get all this work done before Tammy moves in.
Yeah.
He says that he wouldn't be in this situation if Tammy and Amanda would be able to get over their issues.
Yeah.
But Missy says that she wouldn't want any of her siblings living with her. She knows that we all need breathing room, and she said after a while I'll be ready to slap y'all. So Missy's not even putting her house up.
She ain't
for
even offer
a recommendation.
She just like, well, I hope y'all good.
Yep.
And things like that. Yeah, I don't think that house gonna be done by the time Tammy need to move in.
I don't even think the few weeks that he's saying it's going to be done. Because I'm just like, if you're really just talking about patching things up, like, y'all got to worry about heat, water. I mean, I'm sure it smells in there. I'm sure there's kind of mildew. I mean,
it got to smell like something. It has a whole lawnmower in there.
Exactly.
You know?
So I'm just like, I think they got a lot more they need to do than just patching up a few holes here and there.
Yeah.
So Amanda and Amy go to the gym.
Yeah.
Amanda's there doing her physical therapy, and Amy's there to support her and also get a little workout in herself. Amanda thinks that Tammy and Chris have about 6 months until they're at each other's neck.
Yeah.
She thinks that Tammy needs to stop being codependent on everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I'm like, Amanda, I see where you're coming from. It's going to take more time. Like, if we actually think about it, it's been a year since she's been out of rehab.
Mm-hmm.
And within that year, I mean, she's made great strides, but she still hasn't gotten her independence. And I think that Tammy could probably use additional therapy. I know that before and during, people have the therapy to make sure that they're approved to have the surgery.
Mm-hmm.
But now we kind of need to get Tammy some therapy to help her with her independence.
Yeah.
The focus is going to need to shift as she changes in what she can do and what her goals are. So Amanda won't be there for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
She met somebody on social media. His name's RJ. He lives in Florida. So she plans on spending time with him for Christmas.
Okay.
She is taking a step back from being the glue and the fixer of the family.
What are your thoughts on that? Like, basically, when someone comes and say, you know what, Tammy is going to move in with Chris, and then Amanda's like, I give it 6 months. Mm-hmm. Like, what is your thoughts on just her overall response to basically Tammy now?
Well, my thing is, Amanda's annoyed and irritated with Tammy, so I wouldn't expect her to have any other response.
Nothing positive?
Nothing positive. Like, I wouldn't expect her to have anything positive to say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so to me, I'm just like, this is siblings arguing. To me, it's not much deeper than that. I think that they could get over it if they could come to an understanding. I think that Tammy has said and done a lot worse than what Amanda is mad about. So I just think it's time that they do get over their issues.
Yeah,
so.
I find it very interesting that now, since we're near the end of someone's recovery, that you kind of like, you know what, I'm tired of it. Mm-hmm. I'm like, truth be told, you already did the heavy lifting. Mm-hmm. Like, it's like you said, Tammy was a hellion years ago. Mm-hmm. She done way worse than this and things of that nature. So for Amanda to be like, you know what, I'm done, where really she's right at the finish line. Mm-hmm. Like she's the closest she's ever been. She probably won't even need you as much now compared to back then. And to be completely hands off now, I can understand Amanda's fatigue, but at the same time, I'm just like, she's right there. Mm-hmm. Just help her get her life started, get the ball rolling even more. So, like, you can be hands off, but not in a hands off in a way that y'all beefing.
I don't know. I feel like nobody owes Tammy anything.
That's crazy. Hold on. Stop right there. As a family, you talk about Misty, Brittany, Amy, Amanda, Chris. All of them. They don't owe her anything?
No, this is Tammy's life. And this is the predicament that Tammy has put herself in. And I think it's a blessing that she's in a family to where they will help and support and find a way for her. I know. But I really do feel like if Amanda says this is where I end, this is, she's going to have to figure it out from this point, then who am I to say, Amanda, just help a little bit longer? Like, no. She does not owe Tammy anything. This is Tammy's life.
I understand that. You're not wrong, right?
but I really feel that way.
I know. Trust me. I know you do.
Okay.
Right. Okay. But my whole point is, based on what the reason Amanda is mad at Tammy for, when Tammy didn't even do anything.
I'll put this out there. Do you think Amanda might be jealous of Tammy's success?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't. Okay. Right.
I don't either, but I just thought that might be a question.
No, I don't. For what Amanda is mad at Tammy for, see, it's one thing if Tammy was the type of person, or basically, let's discuss family. It's one thing if the whole beef started from a couple episodes ago, if Tammy came into Amanda's house and she was completely disrespectful. I'm talking about completely old Tammy. Mm-hmm. But Amanda was already on hots. You get what I'm saying? Being unjust in the reason why she's mad at Tammy in the first place. Mm-hmm. So don't use the entry point of why you mad at me in the first place to try to color it as we've been supporting her our whole lives. I don't owe her anything. No. The reason why you mad at me is because you was already on hots and you was mad at Amy because she was yelling your ear or whatever. So don't try to use I've been doing all this for you, when really the reason why you mad at me, we don't even know why. Dude, you kind of get what I'm saying?
I can see where you're saying that it's unfair and it's unjust, but that's why it's so important for you to have your own. Because people can be fickle.
Yes,
and people can flip on you. So that's why it really is important for you to take care of yourself and try to have as many things in order as you possibly can, or be the type to figure things out, because you cannot rely on people.
And guess what? You're right. I just wanted to make sure, was I clear with the whole entry point to why Amanda is quote unquote.
Yes, it's unfair and it's dramatic.
And then for her to color it as, oh, I'm mad because we done everything for her and she need to do things on her own. No. That could be true, but that's not the truth of why you was mad at this girl when she was just looking at you and you was mugging her.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna say, Amanda, you need to help her some more. No.
That is true.
No, she can decide what she wants to do.
Your sons broke my window.
So everyone except Amanda gets together to do a gift exchange.
Oh, Amanda's serious. She said, I'm not gonna be around y'all.
And they have fun with that.
Yeah.
We see that Tammy is almost done packing, and Chris tells her that she's not going to be able to move straight into that yellow house.
Bad news.
It's going to take a little bit more time, but she can move into the house with Chris and Brittany. Tammy doesn't want to feel like a burden anymore. She's felt like a burden her whole life, and that really is not a good feeling.
Okay. Well, Chris says bad news. I say it's good news. You don't want to live in that house right now.
Exactly.
You don't know what you're breathing in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And so they get Tammy's stuff. They get the movers. They're getting all her stuff over to Chris's house.
Yeah.
He tells her that he doesn't want to go through the same thing that she's going through with Amanda. So, we need to try to have some type of respect for each other. So Tammy gets in there, and Brittany and Tammy not really talking at all. Like, they're just sitting there until Chris comes in.
Yeah.
And once Chris comes in, she asks Chris how things are going. And he's like, yep, things are good. He was like, Tammy, I'll show you your room, and I'm probably gonna get ready to go to bed. And then Brittany tells her, well, welcome to your temporary new home.
Wow. You didn't even have to say welcome anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel like she wanted to say temporary.
Oh,
basically,
boy.
Don't get comfortable. Well, Tammy feels overwhelmed and like she's moving backwards, and for her it's just tough trying to figure things out.
Is that it?
Yep.
What is your thoughts on the last scene and overall the episode?
My thing is, I still do have empathy for Tammy. Like, she's trying to get her life together. Because of her addictions and everything in life, it has set her back. And even in this situation, she felt like she got out of rehab. She was living on her own, and she thought she would be married, starting her family, and all this type of stuff. And her husband passed away. So it probably feels like she's taking like 2 steps forward, 10 steps back.
That's true. And
her life and her weight loss is going so well, but just the whole thing about the independence and having your own place and all that type of stuff, she still can't quite get it together. But I think that with time, and I still think Tammy needs therapy desperately for her to kind of get into her like adultness or whatever like that, and really take ownership of that. But I hope she can find her way, because I don't want the pressures of life to make her fall back into her addiction. So
I have a question. Can I ask it?
Sure.
Just one question. If Tammy was your sibling, right, and I'm not even saying you are Amanda, right? I'm just saying, like, you basically saved her life. You've been there for her. You've been waiting on her hand and foot. And Tammy, at the end of everything, she stands up and she does, like, an appreciation, like, dinner for y'all or something like that. Or, like, basically, like, she's like, you know what? Thank y'all. Like, once she actually get the skin removal and all that stuff, and she's like, thank y'all for getting me this far. Do that kind of cover up for any type of resentment or any type of, like, any type of fatigue you have waiting hand and foot for like your brother or sister?
No.
Wow. Y'all see the real Blair.
I think that it would be well appreciated.
Yeah.
But for me, I would probably have to go to therapy myself.
Wow.
To get over the things that I need to get over. Because I can appreciate you come this long way. I can appreciate your thank yous. And I can even still be in great relationship with you and be there and be a sister to you and all that type of stuff. But I probably still have some of my own hangups about things from the past that I need to work on myself. Like, I could really forgive you, but I could still hold a little bit of, you know how she could be. You know what I'm saying? Like, and even if you have changed and you aren't that person this day, it's to me, it's working through your own, basically, anger. You know what I'm saying? And like your own issues about a situation that might take longer than actually the forgiveness that you overall have for the person.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
This is where you see me and Blair different. I will be happy for the person. Like I wouldn't have no hang-ups. It would actually make it worth it. Like, I think if Tammy was the type, like, the only way I would be offended by Tammy life is if she, like, completely fall off the wagon and she gained all that weight back. I'd be like, you are so inconsiderate, and I'm not helping you this time. Like we got so close to the goal, and you just basically said F everybody's effort, then I'm like, nah, I'm off it. But if you actually make your goal, it will make everything that we went through for you kind of worth it. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
Anything else?
That's all I got.
Let me know what y'all think. Subscribe, like, share, comment. We see y'all.
Bye.